Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home workout. Today is a total body Pilates routine. We are going to begin by working our abs, then we're going to move into our arms, and we're going to finish off with some glute and thigh sculpting moves. It's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's hit our mats and get started. Today we are going to start down on the floor. We're going to roll down slowly, one vertebra at a time, engaging the core, softening the spine down to the mat. We're going to step our heels in toward our bums and stretch and lengthen the arms overhead. Now from here, I'd like you to turn your palms facing in toward each other. Legs are hip distance apart and the spine is in neutral to start off with. We're going to begin with some crunches to really warm up the abdominal wall. So we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to peel up, bring the head so it rests on top of the shoulders, plugging the belly in and flattening the low back down to the mat. Lower down, spine comes back into neutral. Inhale, and exhale, curl and crunch up, bringing the arms toward the side of the body. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, peel up. Inhale to lower with control. Exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Abs contract. Good. Inhale and exhale. Lower and lift. Good. Really focus on that breath. Breathing out to lift and engaging the abdominal wall. Really flattening the belly as you curl and crunch up. I'm going to move down my mat a little bit. Keep it up. My feet are planted onto the floor. Lower body is really stable here. You can lift through the pelvic floor as you curl and crunch up as well for extra added benefit. We've got 4 and 3 and 2. Breathe out to lift. Last one, we're going to come up and hold. Now we're going to fire up those obliques. So we're going to reach to one side, keeping the lower body stationary, and reach to the other. Reach, alternating sides, keeping the head, neck, and shoulders elevated. The head is resting on top of the shoulders, and we're just scooching from side to side, working into that waistline. Have a look at your knees. Make sure they're not swaying from side to side. We're just moving the upper body. Reach with those fingertips toward alternating calf. Good. We've got 8, 7, 6, belly in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Back to center and lower down. Whew, really felt it in those obliques. Okay, now we're going to take the legs about hip distance apart. I'd like you to point through the toes so that your leg muscles are switched on. Our palms are still facing in toward each other. We're going to inhale to peel up. Woo. And exhale, reach and stretch, folding over the lower body. Now engage the lower abs. Reach with those fingertips as you lower down one vertebra at a time. Let's take another one. Inhale, peel up. And exhale, reach and stretch. Oh, those first couple ones are tough. Try to move up with as much control as you can. So try not to just swing your body up. You want to be really using those upper abdominal muscles to get that lift up off the mat. And then we fold and stretch before switching on those lower abs on the way down. Notice I'm not rushing it on the way down. We're really breathing out and pulling those lower abs in the whole way down. Good work. Keep it up. It feels really nice on the spine as you lower down one vertebra at a time. Inhale up, reach, fold, and exhale down. Drop the shoulders away from your ears as you lower. Good. We've got 3 more. Enjoy that stretch through the spine for 2. Reach and fold, lower abs engaged. Last one, we're going to come up, over, and one of my favorite stretches, a back body stretch to finish off. Grab a hold of your feet or your calves or your ankles. Keep the legs as straight as possible. Drop the crown of the head and stretch all the way through the spine and the backs of the legs for 3 and 2 Last one. And slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Now I'm going to show you the two options for this next exercise. I'll show you option one, which is the less challenging option to begin with. So our legs are coming into a tabletop position. The arms are coming overhead. We're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, curl and crunch up. Then we're dropping toe tap, hinging from the hip, alternating legs, 2, 3, and 4, before we stretch the arms and the legs out long, and then we'll curl up and do the same thing again. The harder version of this is legs are outstretched, arms are outstretched. We come up into tabletop, but then extend the legs long. We lower one leg and lift, lower the other and lift, 3 and 4, then we lower all the way down. So you're either coming up with bent knees or extended legs. Pick your level of challenge. Let's go. Inhale and exhale. Drop one leg or tap one toe, drop the other, and lower everything down together. Nice work. Come up again, inhale, and exhale to lift, and alternating heel taps or leg lifts. Good work. I know these are tough, but we're really working our upper and lower abs. Good work. Come up. 1, 2, belly to spine, 3 and 4. Lower down with control. Good. 3 more sets. 1, 2, 3, abs in, and 4. Lower with control. Last 2 sets. Make them count. 1. I'm really pointing through the toes. So whatever position you're in, make sure you're pointing hard through those toes. And relax it down. Last one. Abs are on fire here. Working hard. Belly is flat. 4. And relax it down. Amazing work. Let's take our hands on either side of our shoulders here. Deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to peel up, stretching the abdominal wall. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing. Now we're going to move ourselves into an all-fours position. So we're going to position the wrists so that they're below the shoulders and the fingers are spread. Knees are below the hips. We're going to take a minute here. If you've got any overarching in the low back, tuck your tailbone. Draw your belly in towards your spine. We're going to curl the toes here and we're going to come up into a shin lift. So we're inhaling here, and as we exhaling, we're lifting. Just hover the knees so the shins are parallel with the floor. Keep those shoulders above the wrists. Hold for 5. Plug belly in for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Relax it down. Good. We're going to take another one of those just to warm up the upper body a little bit more before we go into our next exercise. Broad across the shoulders, belly is plugged in. Deep inhale here. And exhale to lift. Keep the back nice and flat. Keep those shins parallel. A lot of people have a tendency to sink back to give the arms a bit of a rest. Make sure those shoulders stay over the wrists and the knees stay below the hips for 2 and for 1. Relax it down. Good. Now we're going to come up and we're going to hold in a shin lift position. And while we're hovering, we're going to start drawing circles with both knees in a clockwise direction. So this is how it looks. We're going to inhale here, gentle bend in those elbows, exhale to lift, plug belly in, and now we're going to start circling. Circling up, down, and around. Good work. Keep circling, keep your belly plugged in. No need to lift those hips or that bum high. Keep the back flat. We've got 4, 3, another tough, stay strong. And 1, tap the knees down. Give yourself a little breather. We're going to come back up and we're going to start circling in the opposite direction. So anti-clockwise, deep inhale to repair. Nice broad shoulders, gazes on the mat. Exhale to lift. Let's switch the direction of those circles. Good, slow and controlled. I know they're tough, but we're working our abs and we're working our upper arms, shoulders, and upper back muscles. It's a really beneficial exercise. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Aye, lower down. Those are tough. We're gonna take a little bit of a child's pose stretch and breather before we get back into position for another upper body exercise. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Let's return to our all fours position. Crawl forward on your mat if you're not already there, because we need some room behind us to step our feet back. Okay, so we're gonna come up into our plank position, our shin lift position. I'm gonna demonstrate first. So I'm gonna lift up, abs are plugged in. I'm gonna step the right foot back, step the left, then right foot comes in, then left foot comes into our starting position. Tap the knees down. So we're going to repeat that several times in our shin lift. So get ready. We're gonna inhale to prepare, exhale to hover the knees. Let's go. Step, step, in, back, back, in. Plug your belly in. Don't sink back. Keep those wrists over your, keep those wrists under your shoulders. Abs are engaged. Back is flat. We've got 3, 2, you can do it. Hold strong. And last 1. Step it in and lower it down. Amazing work. Now, staying where we are on the mat, we're gonna walk our hands out a little bit further in front, but I'd like you to keep your wrists in line with your shoulders here. We're gonna go into some forearm taps down on the mat, like so, but we're gonna do it with one leg extended and lifted. If it ever gets too much with the leg extended and lifted, just bring it back here with both knees on the mat. You'll still be working the backs of your arms this way. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to extend the right leg out long. We're going to lift it so it's torso height, pointing through the toe, keeping the hips square with the mat. And we're gonna go into our forearm taps, focusing on pressing up through the backs, through the heels of the hands, working the backs of the arms. Good. Lift and lower. Press up through the heels of the hands. Focus on the backs of the arms doing the work here as you lift and lower. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring the right knee back down to the mat. We're going to extend the left leg out long, point through the toe, make any adjustments you need. Make sure those hips stay square with the mat. And we're going back into those forearm taps. Try to stay stable across the shoulders and the hips. Try not to lean to one side. You've got this. Abs are engaged. Arms are working for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and bring it in. Amazing work. You can sink back onto your heels and take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, to finish off our ab and our arm work, we're going to move into some mountain climbers to really burn it out. It's going to be effective. It's going to burn calories, and it's going to be short and quick. So let's get prepared. Wrists are below the shoulders. We're going to step the right foot back, step the left foot back, creating that nice flat line with the body. Shoulders are broad, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Abs in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Hold for 5. Abs in for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Relax your knees down to the mat. Lift your shoulders up by your ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. Amazing work. We're going to get into position for our glutes and thighs. I love starting off in a side lying position. It feels kind of like a little break. So take a couple of deep breaths here. Get nice and comfortable on your side body. We want our hips stacked, our ankles stacked. Got to regulate that breath. My head is rested on my palm, but it can also be rested on outstretched arm if that's more comfortable for you. Opposite hand is down on the mat. We're going to pick up our feet, glue them together, hinge from the hip, bringing the feet forward into a pike. Now, I'd like you to just bend that lower leg and lift the top leg to hip height. The hips remain stacked, really important for this next exercise. We're going to be doing a forward and backward movement, but we don't want to be lifting the leg as we do. We want to keep it hip height as we move forward and backward. So we really need to engage the core for stability here. We're going to come forward and backward, no swinging, moving with control. Good. Come forward and backward. So really lengthen out as far as you can when you come forward and as you come backward, keeping that leg parallel with the floor. It's a really smooth, fluid motion. Abs are engaged, torso is still and stable. Regulate the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep it up. We've got 4, 3, 2, no swinging, good work, nice control, and 1, hold forward, bend the knee, shift the knee to the back and stretch the leg out long, keeping it parallel with the floor. Sweep forward, bend at the knee, shift to the back and stretch. Watch the wall behind you if you've got one. Good. Swing forward, bend, shift, and lengthen. Come forward, bend, shift, and lengthen. Now, as you bring the knee back, I want you to really stretch through that hip flexor. So really push that knee back and extend out long, stretching the leg. Good. We've got 3 and 2. Keep the belly plugged in. And last 1. Shift it back and hold it there. I want you to position your leg so it's in line with your torso. Hand is here for support. We're lifting and lowering. Keeping that top hip stacked right on top of the lower hip as we tap the toe down to the mat and then lift the leg up. Now, as you lift up, I want you to really squeeze your glute, engage your hip, and even cinch in your waistline here. You can even feel it a little bit into your obliques if you're really nice and tight, corset tight around the waistline. Good. Lifting and lowering, squeezing that side booty to get the lift. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're holding it at the top of that lift, and we are pulsing. Little controlled pulses here. Let's get that leg up. Keep pulsing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Plug belly in. You've got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down. Now we're going to come into an all-fours position. That was my right leg I had on top. So whatever leg you had on top, we're going to continue working down on our forearms. So position your elbows so they're below your shoulders. You can have your palms flat like this or your hands clasped together like so. The knees come under the hips. No overarching in the spine here. Tuck your tailbone, engage your abs. Now from here, we're going to bring the knees together, bring the calves together, and now we're just going to rotate that right leg, that right calf out to the side. So the knees and thighs are glued together, but we're rotating that lower leg out on a diagonal. Now we're going to extend out long on a diagonal and then tap the knee in toward the left knee. Extend and tap. Extend and tap. So we're extending out on a diagonal. Ooh, that was hard for me to say. And as you do so, you're squeezing the glutes and you're lengthening through the leg, engaging all the muscles in the leg. Now this can be an easy one to start to lean over to your supporting side. Try to resist that. Try to keep the shoulders nice and balanced, the hips level. Good. Keep breathing. Belly is plugged in. Tap, extend. Tap, extend. It's slow. It's controlled. We've got 4. Relax those shoulders down away from your ears for 3, for 2, and for 1. Hold on that extension. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. So we're still out in a diagonal. We're working that side booty, working that waistline. I know they're tough. Keep them up. We've only got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. We're going to hold on this extension. Lift the leg an inch higher. We're holding for 10. Lift a bit higher. For 9, for 8, abs in. 7, 6, 5, lift a bit higher. 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Step back into plank, and then fold that right leg, or whatever leg you were just working, under the body, coming in to pigeon pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Amazing work. Now, we're going to change positions again. This time we're going to come down onto our forearm. We want the forearm parallel with the top of the mat. The leg you just worked, in my case the right leg, is on top. I'm going to bend the lower leg, bending the left leg, and I'm going to lift up into a side plank. Then I'm going to hover the right leg up. We're going to lower, hand is behind the head, and lift. Ooh, need to reposition. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. So we're working into that waistline and that lower glute. Holding strong. Notice I'm not tapping the hip all the way down to the mat. I'm just hovering and then lifting. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. 8, 7, 6. Keep that lower hip lifted. 4, 3, abs in. 2, and 1. Lift and relax it down. Now we're going to come onto our knees, and we're just going to place the left hand down on the mat and reach and stretch over. A nice side body stretch for 3, and 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, are you ready to do the opposite side? We're going to move ourselves down onto our side body. So get nice and long on your mat. Stack your hips, stack your ankles, stack your feet. Hand comes down on the mat for support. Lift those legs up and hinge forward. Belly is plugged in. From here, we're going to bend the lower leg and lift the top leg up to hip height. Now we're sweeping forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and backward. So bring the leg as far forward as you can and push it back as far back as you can. It's really slow, it's really controlled, and we're keeping that leg parallel with the floor, keeping those hips stacked one on top of the other. Good. Keep breathing. We've got 5, 4, 3, working into those quads here too, and 1. Hold it front, bend, shift to the back, and stretch. I need to give myself a little bit more space. Come forward, bend, shift the knee to the back, and stretch and lengthen. Forward, bend, back, and lengthen. Forward, bend, back, and lengthen. Now challenge yourself when you push that knee back, stretch through your hip flexor, push it back as far as it can go. Get a nice stretch and lengthening in there. Good. These can be awkward when you're not used to them, but we're working a lot of different muscle groups here, so they're very effective. Stick with it. You'll gain momentum. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Nice long relaxed neck. And 2 and 1. Hold the leg back so it's in line with your torso here. We're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Abs are in, torso is stable, and we're really squeezing that side booty on our way up. Good, especially at the top of the lift. You can place your hand here for feedback if you've got enough stability without your hand down on the mat. Sometimes it's a good little checkpoint to make sure you're really engaging those muscles. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. We're going to pulse up. Nice work. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, relax it down. Good work. Now we're switching positions so that we're coming down onto our forearms. The wrists are either flat on the floor or we're interlacing our fingers. Our elbows are below our shoulders. Belly is plugged in and our tailbones are tucked. Extend the leg out long. Now bring it out on a diagonal. Yeah, we're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. Good work. Lift and lower. Squeezing into that side booty. Good. Lifting and lowering with control. Nice work. You can do it. Extending and lowering. Abs are in. Glutes are engaged. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keeping that waistline cinched in. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. We're coming up and holding. And we're gonna lower down just for a moment. Before we do our hold, I forgot a move, so I'm gonna add it in right here. I knew I was forgetting something. So we're gonna bring our knees together. We'll do our hold at the end, so you can wait and look forward to that. Our knees are together. Now we're going to rotate just the lower part of the leg out on a diagonal. Here we go. Tap and extend. Ooh, I'm glad I remembered that. Sometimes it's tough when you're working hard to keep everything straight because you're really focusing on those muscles burning. But we've got this. Tap, extend, tap, extend. Squeeze the glutes. Extend through that pointed toe. Good work. You can do it. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now here comes that hold. Lift the leg an inch higher. Hold, hold, hold. Try not to lean over to your supporting side. Lift a bit higher for 10, for 9. Squeeze the glute. 7, 6, 5, 4. Lift higher. 2, and 1. Relax it down. Now take your hands under your shoulders. Step your legs back into plank and bring your left leg under your body or whatever leg you just worked. We're going to stretch it out here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Nicely done. Now we're going to bring ourselves into position for our side plank. So we've got the elbow below the shoulder. We've got our hips stacked and the lower leg bent. Now we're gonna lift up into that side plank. Make any adjustments that you need to. We're gonna hold it here, elevate that top leg. Now lower and lift, lower and lift, abs in, lower and lift, lower and lift. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lowering and lifting with control. Really cinching in that waistline. Lifting the hip as high as you can. For 5, keep that top leg elevated. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, tap, and lift, tap, and lift. Inhale and exhale. Good work. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep that lower hip lifted. 2, and 1. Relax it down. Come onto your knees. Lift up. We're going to place the left hand down on the floor and reach up and over. Reach a bit further. Reach, reach, reach. Enjoying a nice side body stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Now, earlier we did those fast mountain climbers. For our final push, we're going to do 20 more mountain climbers. It's going to feel good. We're going to stretch it out at the end. This is the last move. So let's really burn those calories and make this workout count. Come as far forward on your mat as you can. We're going to extend the right leg out long behind, extend the left leg, create that nice flat line with the body, push the mat away from you. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, abs in, 10, last 10, 9, 8, abs in, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold. Push the mat away from you. Coming into downward dog. Drop the crown of your head, lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Breathing here. Flattening out the upper back. We're going to pedal out the heels. Bringing each heel down to the mat one at a time. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Scoop your belly in to get that lift. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Level out your heels. Gently drop your knees down to the mat. From here, we're going to step the right foot between the hands. And we're going to interlace our fingers, taking them on the right thigh. Going into a hip flexor stretch here. Gently pushing that left hip forward. Sink into it. Shoulders are down, away from your ears. Breathing deeply. Now keeping the right hand on the thigh, we're going to lift the left arm and just, almost lost my balance there, and just fold a little bit more deeply over to the right side. That deepens the stretch in the left hip flexor, and it feels really good. Hold for 3. I'm shaking. For 2 and for 1. Bring both hands down. Step the right knee back. Bring the left foot forward. Straighten out that right leg. Gentle bend in it. Interlace the fingers. Take them on the left thigh and just sink into the stretch. Really gently pushing that right hip flexor forward. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to lift that right arm up and then fold over to the left side. Reaching and stretching, deepening the stretch in that right hip flexor. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring both hands down to the mat. Take the knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes together. Walk the hands out. Keep those hips elevated. And lower your forehead down to the mat. Coming into puppy pose. Drawing the armpits down to the floor. And enjoying the stretch. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Let's walk our hands back toward our knees. Coming into a kneeling position. You can turn and face me. We're going to inhale, lift our shoulders up by our ears, and exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round them down and back. Last one, lift those shoulders and melt them down and back. Amazing work. We targeted all the important areas in the body. I hope you felt it in your glutes, your abs, your arms, and your thighs. I know I certainly did. Well, good work. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look very much forward to working out with you next time. Bye.